the best the world has to offer with advanced technologies and the latest of innovations. And Nuvera represents over 20 renowned companies from around the world. And here are just a few of our brands. Aptos thread lifts. If you haven't heard the buzz, Aptos is here in Canada. We are very excited because as of the 17th of this month, we will be hosting a webinar series. So if you need more information, please reach out to any one of the Nuvera teammates and we will help you out. What is Aptos? It is a 6-time winning award thread lift method that has been designed by Aptos to rejuvenate and resculpt that face for up to 2 years. And of course, we have our Fidia high tissue PRP, which we'll be discussing today. And I can't wait to share. This too is an award-winning device, winning the 2023 Aesthetic Medicine Award at the World Congress for the best care device. And of course, we have all your medical supplies here at Nuvera, as we would like to be your one-stop shop. So if you see something that you need in your list of inventory and we don't have it on our website, just reach out to a Team Nuvera member and we will help you secure that item the best we can and we will price match. Of course, we carry 2 amazing and medical grade lines that are absolutely fantastic. We have our dermaceutic laboratory with precise ingredients to help you prep that skin for all your medical aesthetic treatments immediately post-care, as well as maintaining those beautiful results. And we have Geska. Geska is a German beauty technology company that offers your clinic and your clients beautiful devices that you can use for the face as well as the body. Beautiful to use in clinic as well to have your clients take home and to improve the absorption and the quality of their products that they get from you. And that, yes, we also have Mezzo Aesthetic. They are the market leader when it comes to treatments for the clinic, as well as meeting the needs of all those global skins out there. Because as you know, the skins of the world need different care, and Mezzo thinks of that. And of course, I'm Pina Lee, your clinical educator here at Nuvera. And with all my years of experience and my passion for aesthetics and the skin, I'm here to support you with everything and anything Nuvera has to offer. So if you would like a personalized session with me online or in person or with one of our other educators, just reach out and we'll be sure to help you out. Today, I'd like to share with you some interesting highlights and insights of high tissue PRP system that's elevating platelet-rich plasma technology around the world. Now, what is PRP? I'm going to do a little basics for those of us that need a bit of an introduction. This is a treatment, a therapy that takes your blood and then it takes the platelets from your blood. Now, in whole blood, we will find the average typical body will have anywhere from 150,000 microliters to 350 microliters of platelets in that whole blood. Now, when we talk about PRP, we're talking about that concentration of platelets being over a certain number. And that is what it is. Now, PRP has been growing in that cosmetic industry over the last few years. And the American Society of Plastic Surgeons have seen such a growth, and they are predicting that by 2031, there's going to be and even bigger growth, an annual compound growth of 11.2% of the use of platelet-rich plasma technology. Now, we know that the body is a beautiful, incredible system, a machine that can regenerate and renew itself. And the blood is the original healer of our body. Blood itself is composed of four crucial ingredients that play a role in the process of body's healing. And that includes red blood cells, which is 45% average of the makeup of the complete whole blood. Then we have our white blood cells. We have platelets, which is what we're looking for in the platelet-rich treatment. And of course, plasma, which platelets are carried through. So those red blood cells, we don't use these necessarily in our treatments, because they're not involved in that tissue regeneration. They are removed during that PRP preparation process to ensure that we have a concentration of platelets. But red blood cells are very important because they bring oxygen to the cells. And of course, they remove the waste and the carbon dioxide from the cells. Now, white blood cells, these are known as our leukocytes. And when it comes to defending the body and keeping that body free from invaders like bacteria or viruses or other pathogens out there, they also help in that regulation of the inflammatory response. So when you're talking about rejuvenation, some doctors, depending on the application, will want some of those white blood cells to allow inflammation for that treatment. But when we're talking about cosmetics, we want just those platelets in that plasma. And the plasma is the liquid portion of our blood that acts like that medium for all the components of those blood cells and those platelets to flow through. It's mainly comprised of water. It also contains your proteins and electrolytes, hormones and nutrients, and of course, waste products that the body gets rid of. And its job is to transport everything to and from the cells throughout the body. And these are the stars of the show when it comes to PRP, your platelets. They're also known as your thrombocytes. And these are little cell fragments. So they're not an entire cell. What the body uses it for is in that healing process for wound healing and to clot the blood so your body doesn't bleed out. It also is responsible for releasing growth hormones that promote tissue repair and regeneration. And as we said, within whole blood, for the average healthy person, you are going to find anywhere between 150,000 and 300,000 platelets per microliter. Now, the goal of that plasma-rich or platelet-rich plasma therapy is to separate those elements of the blood that we do not want to use and to collect as much of that platelet-rich plasma as we can. And we do this through a process called centrifugation. And this isolates those platelets and it allows that pure components to be used for medical as well as aesthetic applications. So the major effects of PRP is to, again, get that body to allow itself and give itself tools to heal itself. So it has growth factor release. These are those essential growth factors, different kinds like your PDGFs and your VGFs for that cell proliferation and to have speed up that wound healing. It stimulates the stem cells within the body, and PRP recruits these stem cells to that treatment area, promoting that faster tissue repair in areas like the skin. So we can do skin rejuvenation, we can do scar revision, we can do it in the scalp for in the hair follicles for alopecia and thinning hair, and of course in ligaments and joints as well for more medical purposes. The major effects of PRP is going to promote that beautiful blood flow, get new blood vessels forming, ensuring that the body has lots of blood supply that is going to help with the tissue repair and healing. It also has that anti-inflammatory effect, allowing by blocking those inflammatory enzymes and markers that will lead to less swelling and quicker recovery time when doing those kind of procedures that require that rejuvenating of that skin, for example. When we are using PRP, one of the other major effects is going to be that enhancement of collagen production. PRP stimulates those fibroblasts deep in the dermis to stimulate and produce collagen as well as elastin. And it's going to help maintain that balance, helping to regulate the activities of those MMPs, those horrible little things that try to break down our collagen during that healing process. So we're going to enhance the production of that collagen and elastin and slow down the breakdown of the existing proteins. Another effect of PRP is to activate cell signaling pathways. So we want to stimulate, turn on those different reactions within that body. And we want to make sure that immune cells are also reduced so we don't have too much of that chronic inflammation. So it does a lot under the surface in that cellular level to promote healing, to reduce that downtime, and to ensure that that beautiful skin is replenished with healthy, strong proteins. Now, when you speak about PRP, no one really gives a lot of mind to that centrifugation process because they just think, oh, we spin it, we separate it, anything will work. However, this is a very crucial process in itself. So when you are preparing the blood, you want to make sure that that centrifuge that you're using is getting all those gorgeous platelets separated, but ensuring that they still are viable to use. So we're going to draw the blood from the client. We're going to use that centrifuge process and separate those beautiful components of the blood. And when we separate those components, you will find it will separate by weight. So the higher weight items will fall to the bottom, while the lighter weight items will rise to the top. So in that PRP classification, you will notice that everything is separated. That lower base is your red blood cells. Then up just above that, you've got that buffy coat, which is got those beautiful leukocytes mixed in with that plasma. The lower you go in that plasma portion of your PRP, the more concentrated those platelets will be. So that top part of your PRP by nature will be platelet poor plasma, as the heavy platelet particles will fall to the base. Now, why is that concentration of PRP so important? Doesn't matter if I use this amount of PRP that has, only 80% of concentration, or will it make a difference if I use a 99.9% concentration of PRP? And that revolves around the healing and regenerative processes and properties of those platelets because the concentration is crucial. When you increase that concentration of that platelets, you're going to get even more growth factors. And it's those growth factors that are going to be responsible for creating that new production of collagen. They're going to deliver more of those growth factors when you have a higher concentration. It will enhance that collagen production that just plain PRP does. We're going to get even more collagen synthesis. And of course, that means faster and more effective healing for your patient. When it comes to wound healing and scar revision treatments, the more concentration you have, the more the body's natural healing process will be accelerated. And when it comes to hair restoration, it is vital to have that higher concentration of platelets to help activate those dormant hair follicles to help promote healthier hair growth. So when it comes to improving the outcomes, the higher the concentration of platelets in your PRP will amplify the effects and combining them with other treatments. So when you have a high concentration of platelets, it's going to enhance all those treatments you're looking for. And what's beautiful about the high tissue PRP system, that maximizing treatment efficacy. When you have low platelet concentration, you will see very minimal or no visible results. So, we understand as a business that we need to first sell ourselves to our clients, then sell and get them to invest in that treatment. But if you're not using the most advanced technology that allows you to get the best out of that client's blood and the highest concentration of platelets, why do it? PRP from Fidia gives you 99.9% concentration with billions per liter and up to 8% of plasma from an 18 ml draw. And so when we talk about these benefits, we are going to allow that natural healing process to occur with less invasive procedures, allowing that blood to do its work. It's safe for all skin types and skin colors. And because it's from their own body, there's less risk of, allergic reactions or incompatibility. It will give longer lasting results. And again, when you combine it with other treatments and therapies like your derma fillers and your microneedling and your lasers, it really enhances those outcomes. Now, how are we going to use it in that aesthetics application? Well, it's gorgeous for doing skin rejuvenation, anti-aging for all the areas of the face, and in the neck for that loose, crepey, wrinkly skin, and of course for our hands. Harder to treat, less treatments available with PRP. It's absolutely fantastic to reduce the lines and the veins on the hands. When we're talking scar revision, whether they're surgical, whether they're acne or dermatitis, this is going to break down those fibrous scar tissues, promoting the growth, stimulating that collagen, and from surgical scars, it accelerates them, allowing to soften even existing scars. For hyperpigmentation, PRP mixed in with your microneedling is a beautiful option for melasma and sun damage and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, as well as those age spots. It allows that acceleration to get that pigmented skin renewed and replaced. And of course, as we spoke about that hair restoration, it is going to activate those dormant follicles within that scalp. It's going to promote that new hair growth by strengthening the existing follicles. And because that high platelet blood of the PRP is going to create new blood supplies, new promotion through those follicles from new blood vessels. So you're going to have thicker hair, longer hair growth phases. And it's going to help not only that stress induced hair loss, but that alopecia from the androgen influence. When it comes to sexual rejuvenation, we can enhance the female wellness with our O shots for vaginal rejuvenation. Combine it with laser tightening, use it on its own. It treats the atrophy that is associated with aging and hormones, or of course, menopause. It helps to improve the symptoms of that mild stress-induced incontinence of the urinary tract, and it also helps to better bladder control by renewing those tissues. And for men, we've got the P shot that's going to restore function and vitality. It's going to stimulate and regenerate blood vessels to that tissue, helping with that moderate erectile dysfunction, also known as ED. It helps with Peyronie's disease, which has that painful curve of the penis during erections. And of course, it's going to improve that overall sexual experience. So there are lots of applications, much more than I've mentioned here. However, I really want to get into the meat and potatoes of PRP because there are many devices out there. And many of these devices have issues that create common concerns amongst users. And some of these concerns are, very crucial to the outcome, the safety, and the product that is produced by your PRP system. And the first is with many devices, there is a great chance of human error. There's many steps. There is processes that are very cumbersome. So this gives you a higher rate of contamination, that there is going to be more risk of tainting of that PRP with red blood cells and or those leukocytes. And the biggest concern, the devices out there are expensive and they don't produce high concentrations of platelets. Fidia, before they got into the PRP game, looked at all of these issues and they created a solution for these PRP concerns, recognizing that PRP recovery is important. These other devices were inadequate, and they decided to introduce the high tissue PRP to maximize and optimize platelet concentration and to ensure superior results for both medical and aesthetic applications. So who is Fidia? They are a phenomenal presence in the world of medical advancements around the world. Since 1946, Fidia has become the global leader when it comes to regenerative medicine, aesthetic medicine, orthopedics, and wound care, treating millions, over 20 million patients since just 1987. Their main focus is joint care and skin care, eye care, aesthetics, and of course, specialty care. Their products that they are renowned for with their expertise is their hyaluronic acid products. Fidia applies that same rigor, those same scientific standards to their PRP devices and technologies as they do with their hyaluronic acid to ensure the best quality and the most effective in both fields. So I'd like to introduce to you the award-winning high tissue PRP. It eliminates that risk of contamination. It reduces the risk of tainting your, valuable PRP formulation from those red blood cells. It is a very simple, straightforward process with low chance of human error. And of course, it provides one of the highest concentrations of platelets available. And how does Fidia do this? It does this with its three advanced patented technologies: cells in motion, nanostatic protective surface, and the push out precise selection technology. So Fidia's high tissue breakthroughs have allowed these patent technologies to give you 99.9% or more of platelet concentration. And it is a process that is very reliable, giving you the predictable outcomes each time. So basically, you're going to get that average person, let's say they have 300,000 platelets per microliter when they start. With our beautiful technologies and patents, we're going to be able to get that concentration up to 2.9 of that factor. So it's a beautiful purity for those applications. And when it comes to the technology, let's start with that nanostatic. This is a protective component made out of an anti-electrostatic polymer, which has got a nanopolish finish that prevents those platelets from adhering or sticking to the tubes. This is going to maximize that platelet recovery, directly enhancing that effectiveness of your PRP therapy. And of course, as I alluded to you earlier, that centrifuge does play a big role. That patented technology called cells in motion is an exclusive soft centrifugal technology, which means it is going to spin that blood, optimize that platelet and cell separation and concentration while still preserving the integrity and the viability of those precious little platelets. So with anything, we're going to do the job and give it enough power to get the job done without damaging those platelets. And the most amazing technology, our push out system. This allows precision selection. It's got a laminar flow selection system. So that allows easy transfer from your syringe to your tube. And when you're deciding what part of that PRP you want to use, it allows you to select it amazingly easy. With our self-sealing features, these act like gatekeepers during that process. While you're preparing that PRP, it blocks out those unwanted components, preventing backflow and contamination to maintain the purity and effectiveness of your PRP solution. Like I said, those connectors and those filters allow the vital link, but it also allows it to become a leak-proof closed system. So you're not opening here and putting in a cannula there, allowing that solution to be contaminated. It is closed, it is safe, and it is leak-proof. And to minimize human error, when you are using our push out system to select the part of that PRP, whether you want the poor or the rich platelets, with our beautiful embolus design of being a concave design, when you press down to that line, you will have that added safety feature of that curved, so not allowing that blood to enter into your selection in your PRP solution. It's easy, it's user friendly. All it requires is a pushing down motion that easily allows you to retrieve those platelets without extra needles, without extra steps. Just a simple push down of your syringe, and it allows that PRP to accumulate in your application syringe. And what I love best about high tissue PRP, everything is complete and disposable. It makes inventory so easy because everything comes in an all-in-one, easy to use pack. In your PRP box, you will have your extract kit, including everything you need to harvest the blood, and you have your PRP kit to process it, including the drop cloth. So it's just fantastic. And with our Fidia high tissue PRP, it allows you to retrieve 99% pure concentration of platelets, giving you that amazing centrifuge technology that allows you to retrieve those platelets without damaging them. And with our customized nanostatic coating, it allows for none of those platelets to stick. And with our streamless process, it allows customization to meet your needs, whether you need pure, whole, or low, you've got it all in one easy system. And I do want to thank everyone for joining us today. And as a thank you, as a token of our appreciation for existing clients who are currently using our high tissue PRP system, we do want to allow you a thank you by saying, use this code in your next order and you will receive 25% off per kit. And for our new accounts, if you are considering bringing on a PRP system, yes, you've made the right decision with Fidia. And to say thank you, we are going to include a free PRP kit with your opening order. So if you have any questions, please remember, reach out to me. And if you are interested in joining our New York team, we are looking for people in all departments. So if you know anyone, please have them reach out to us at hr@newyear.com. And if you have any questions for me or would like to learn more about anything Nuvier offers or something that you already have and like a refresher, please don't hesitate to reach out. Myself or one of my educators, I'll be glad to give you an education session. So again, thank you from New York. Please join us next week when we have another fantastic webinar for you. But in the meantime, if you do have any questions, please ask questions here and I will be more than happy to answer you. And if there aren't any questions, I do want to say have a great, happy, and healthy Monday. And join us next week for another edition of our weekly webinar. Have a great day, y'all.